Good morning. I think it's time to get ready for qualifying. I'm going to be a little bit quiet because my girlfriend's still asleep, but we're here. How's everybody doing this morning? Yeah, this is the qualifying stream. We're back. Autofocus, how dare you? There we are. What's happening, everybody? Have you guys been enjoying this real quick? Oh, I messed up something with Twitch. Let me change this real quick. Loss. What do you think about yesterday? What a disaster. What a disaster. I feel pretty bad for everybody. Vegas F1 done. One more thing to change. It's not Escape from Tarkov. Come on. This is Sprots. All right, we're there. YouTube. Hello, Sabu M. How we doing? How have you been? I've been good, man. How have you guys been? What a disaster sums it up pretty well. Yeah, I'm not surprised. But you know what? That happens. So we looked at that. And one of the things yesterday, let's just talk about yesterday really quick. People were saying the manholes weren't welded down. But at the same time, they didn't need to be welded because they had a retaining mechanism from what I could tell. But it looks like the sleeve that was in the tarmac failed. So, oof, you've got service at the race. How busy is it? Based Bulbasaur and Twitch is over there. Datadine from Houston. Hello, good morning. Yeah, it was a disastrous session for everybody. But we can talk quickly about Free Practice 3. Free Practice 3 was interesting. FP3, I mean, yesterday, Free Practice 2, Leclerc was, or sorry, you know what? I've completely switched off from this event. Like, something about it doesn't sit right with me. And I was going to give it the shadow of the doubt, but yeah. Yesterday, Leclerc was basically 5/6 clear of everybody. Now, Russell is 5 to 6 clear of everybody else. So, here's my thoughts about Free Practice 3. And I'll show you real quick. Once this graph loads. Here are the lap times from Free Practice 3. It looks like Mercedes went out early with a little bit of a higher fuel run. You can see they're doing lots of laps in a row. No cooldown laps. Blah, blah, blah. Mercedes running, what tire were they running? They were running the medium to start the race. Yesterday, the soft didn't look like much of a race tire. I think it's going to be medium and hard for the race tire. But if you notice, everybody else is doing fast laps. Fast, slow, flow. Fast, slow, fast, slow, fast. Right? If you look at this towards the end of the session, everybody's getting faster. And they're just basically fast, slow, fast, slow, fast, slow, fast on a soft tire. That usually means that I don't think that we've found the peak of the soft tire yet in Free Practice. Like, the fact that they keep going out and then the tire's degrading, so the tire loses performance every lap, right? And the fact that this tire's still getting faster means I think people are still learning about this. The tarmac's still improving massively. We're going to have a shitload of performance increase in qualifying. Regina, what's up, man? Good to see you, bro. Hey, Bulbasaur, have a good one. Be safe out at the track, homie. You think Ferrari are trying high fuel runs? I don't know what Ferrari were doing. It doesn't look like it to me. I mean, maybe that was a higher fuel run, but it was only 2 seconds off. Let's see. Let's do a quick count. 2 seconds. Yeah, that was a high fuel run. Probably in the middle there for Ferrari. Sorry, there's a bunch of chaos here and it's kind of hard to tell. But yeah, I think let's, you know what, I'm not going to try to get too crazy and predict anything, because we don't know. Like, and I could tell you how clever I am by looking at this, but I'm not going to give you a pecking order. Russell in free practice 3, basically half a second clear of Piastri. Sargent up there as well. Let's just show you guys here. And if I'm all over the place this morning, it's because I'm tired. I usually do a lot better job preparing, but I wasn't getting up to watch free practice 3 because, for all I know, I'm not getting a refund if they cancel that session. I like my sleep. That's a really interesting one. Dead Allows says the track looks boring on camera, only looks Vegasy from the heli shots. I kind of agree with that. Like, it's interesting because if you showed me a zoomed in shot of some of the corners, I was like, that could be Jeddah. That could maybe be a part of Singapore. And then you zoom out and like, oh, that's Vegas, cool. So as a fan watching it from TV, doesn't really do much for me. Regarding the tarmac, though, it's not that it's a lack of rubber. It's when they lay the asphalt, the binder, the outside of those stones is usually very slippy, and they don't get fast until that's worn off mechanically. So that only comes with racing on it lots and lots and lots. Nakamura, thank you for the Prime sub over on Twitch, homie. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. You legend. I think honestly, why don't we do this? Let's go into qualifying together without too many expectations, and let's be entertained, because I need some entertainment from this race, because I don't really enjoy watching free practice 2. I didn't watch free practice 3, and it was just called short. So yeah, I mean, the track, I mean, this isn't me being negative about the event. I feel like the event organizers have royally fucked over the fans, which doesn't make me happy as a fan. And it's just feels like a bit of a cash grab. So I don't know, let's shift gears and talk about the good stuff. But it does seem like any other street circuit, and unless you zoom out on the helicopter camera, and then when we zoom out on the helicopter camera, I'm like, cool, it's in Las Vegas, but I want to see racing. You get me? Let me just do something real quick. I am just setting up my multiviewer. Do you guys use multiviewer for F1? Multiviewer for F1 is the only way I can watch Formula 1 now, because I've got a really good data feed with the timings, and I've got all the onboards that I want to check them, because if the TV director misses something, I can just go check it easily. I don't think people have complained if they didn't go on with the show. No, I think they had to go all in with the show. I think they have to go in with the show if it's Vegas. If they don't do that, they're not trying. But they also have to deliver on everything else. Look, talking pennies to dollars, thank you for the Prime sub as well, man. I appreciate that. Seriously, thank you, homie. I think let's go back and look at yesterday. Here's my notes from yesterday. And hey, real quick, if you guys are not, go to break.com and go to posts. There's a free article from the free practice 2 analysis with my thoughts considering single lap pace, the track, call the FI a bunch of jerks, and then high fuel pace. I think the race tire, probably a medium or medium hard. I don't know. Nobody really looked like they were loving the soft, so I think that's it. In terms of top speeds, yesterday and today, Bottas has been up there. The Williams have been up there. And maybe the Williams will be fast today. I realistically think we're going to see a lot of people getting their tire prep wrong in qualifying. I guarantee you we're going to see people get their tire prep wrong in qualifying. So what that means is chaos. I cannot tell you who's going to be in the top 5. I can't tell you who's going to finish anywhere. I think Red Bull will be fast, but I don't know if they will get pole. But as in, that's not me saying Red Bull have been basically a shout for pole all season, so that's not biased. That's just like what's happened. Leclerc's lap time, just looking at for practice 3, I'm just noticing this. Leclerc's lap time was probably good enough for P3, looking at his potential best sectors. So if you put Leclerc's best sectors together, he's just behind Piastri there. No dramas really. And then AlphaTauri was looking great last week, and now they're kind of like woof again. I think on the race start, you'll start on a medium. Maybe some people at risk a soft. But yeah, in terms of top speeds and lap times, nothing. I don't know. Williams, Alfa Romeo, quick in a straight line. Red Bull, relatively quick. Haas, quick in a straight line. Ferrari, not super rapid in a straight line, so it's not like they've gone full Monaco-esque, you know what I'm saying? Leclerc bottled the lap. I would say that, but like when we're talking about free practice 3, you don't really have to put the lap together. It's good to put it together, but if you know you've got the sectors in it and you know where you need to improve, I'd rather see the driver push over the limit in free practice 3 to find the limit and then put it together in qualifying. So I'd like to see Leclerc put together an absolute banger in qualifying. Will we see that or not? I don't know. Does that make sense? It's like free practice. There's so many times I've left a free practice 3, especially when I started. I was like, oh, you know, I'd be talking to GP and I'd be like, oh yeah, we were, it was shit. And then you look at the lap and it's like, nah, the lap was actually kind of decent. You've got, he just like, yeah, he bottled it on a corner, but it's not really a bad thing in free practice 3. Happens. Adam, have a good morning, man. Go to sleep. I'll talk to you soon, bro. Have you done your predictions? No, I'm not. I'm not doing predictions today. Like, I don't know. Who do you guys think's on pole? Chat, you guys tell me. I think it could be a Red Bull, Ferrari, a McLaren, or Mercedes. Where was Aston today? Yeah, Mercedes, McLaren, Red Bull, Ferrari. Alonso, not too bad. Stroll, yeah, a bit further back. It's going to snow and Stroll will get pole. How on earth are Mercedes looking decent here, Nation? I know. I'm not too clear on it. Looking at sectors, Russell's strong in sector 1, sector 2, and sector 3. He was second best in every sector for a net fastest lap of the session. Stinks of butts in here. Hi, Bema. Good morning. Or good evening. When does quali start? It starts in 10 minutes. So we're just kind of chatting about free practice 3, free practice 2, how the FIA are a bunch of frauds. Let's see what Twitter's got to say about the FIA fraudulence. Anybody? Is anybody out at the track? One of our homies was in at the track from earlier. Valve covers of the track removed and filled with gravel and asphalt. Good. Stroll has a 5 grid place penalty for overtaking under yellows. What do we got? P3 classification. Yeah, nothing new. Insert terrible time schedule for the whole planet. Yeah. Bema, have you been playing Tarkov today? This is the best channel by far. Dude, you're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to wait. I paid you to say that. No, but like when it's safety stuff like that, I think that like get people to pay attention to that stuff by impacting them. Oh my god, dude, please. Like, if I make a tweet about F1 being shambolic, why do people just keep quote tweeting me and talking about fucking Abu Dhabi? Please stop. Like, I get it, but like, also, yeah, I'm just like, please stop. Abu Dhabi. Tarkov is terrible. Data, don't play it. If you want Tarkov streamers, go follow Bema on Twitch. don't worry about this. People want to talk about places they've never been and people they've never met. And make up stories about them. MC Grandstands on F1 TV. Wait, your F1 TV's live already? Mine's not going yet. Can you guys tell me what time it is where you guys are at? Because I don't feel so bad. It's 8 o'clock. It's 3 a.m., 2 a.m. You guys are freaking nuts. Seriously? Lisbon, Portugal. Let's go. Beautiful place, man. Notorious asks, why did teams run lower load rear wings this session? When you've got a green track, that's a really good question. That's a spectacular question. When you've got a really green track, you will very often run more downforce than you think you need to, in order just to get the tires working and stuff. So if I look at the speed traps from yesterday, the top speeds from yesterday, people are doing, let's see, yeah, people looks like they've gone a little bit on a trim, maybe not a whole level, but a small adjustment. So yesterday, the bulk of cars were at about 342 on average, like the majority of the cars. And today, they're 346 or so. So some of that's a little bit engine mode. Some of that's probably a little bit of rear wing trims. Like if there's a gurney or a beam wing or something they changed. I'm not really sure how the rear wing layouts work this season. I'm not too up to date. I need to have a crash course with an aerodynamicist, honestly. But people will tend to run more downforce on a bad track session, and they know it's like, well, we just take downforce off the car and we'll go faster, right? And that's usually the case, especially if it's not like a huge, especially if you're not going from max to minimum downforce or something. Gambidia, dude, thank you so much for 7 months of tier 1 over on Twitch. You're a damn legend. You guys that are here hanging out at all stupid o'clock hours of the day, I appreciate you guys choosing to come hang out here, and hopefully when this session gets started, we'll have some insightful things to talk about, and I hope you've enjoyed this chat. I really struggle to I don't want to bullshit you guys, so I don't want to make up too much of a story about, oh, how cool was Free Practice 3 when not a whole lot happened in Free Practice 3. And the main takeaways from that were the track was just getting better and better and better every lap. Mercedes did a high field run at the beginning and ran all the way to the end of the session. And I'm looking at Russell's lap times, and he was just getting faster and faster and faster every lap. So, yeah. Barry, good to see you, man. Have you watched Brawn GP? I'm on episode 3. If you haven't watched the Brawn GP documentary on Disney or Hulu Plus, go watch it. Like, that was really, for me, when I was really, really, really getting into Formula One. I was in my last 2 years of university and my undergrad on the Formula SAE team, and just like that season was so cool. I don't remember a lot of things about it, but I was like, everything about that was so good. And going back and watching that documentary, Keanu Reeves is so funny, so authentic. He knows what he's talking about. He's done his research, and they've put together something really compelling and really enjoyable to watch. So I think you should go watch the Braun documentary. I really, really, really feel, honestly, like Drive to Survive's had its time, and it's been useful for the sport. But what we need is more substantial stuff like the Senna documentary. We want to see, the Braun documentary, these great stories, and you don't need to embellish them. You don't need to make up anything. You can just tell great stories of things that have happened. And there's so many stories that are missed. Speaking of documentaries, Valve released one on YouTube to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Half-Life. I want to play Half-Life again. We'll do some predictions in the chat on Twitch while we're going. So qualifying is now starting, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're not already, synchronize your streams. You need to set yours to about 32 seconds latency in multiviewer. 32 seconds in multiviewer should set you up. Let me just set my delays so for our timing. Let's go to watch along. I've even set up the graphics already. Look at us go. 30 seconds. Do you guys, everybody knows that sketch already, right? Everybody knows the 30-second sketch? You don't? Okay. Well, speaking of Drive to Survive, if you go watch the Drive to Survive Season 1 official YouTube trailer, yours truly is in the credits, or is in the, that's my voice basically saying 30 seconds, 30 seconds. Cool story, huh? Cool story, huh? 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. It's something like that. Really cool, huh? All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready for qualifying. If you're new here, welcome to the stream. My name's Blake, aka Break F1. I'm used to work for Red Bull Racing and Force India as a performance engineer at the track and a senior simulator performance engineer at Red Bull Racing, helping develop the cars up through the 2022 car. I now take what I used to do, and I've turned that into making the most unique analytical Formula One content that you cannot get anywhere else, because there's no other performance race engineers making content on YouTube. And when they do, I'll have to step my game up. But until then, I'm just trying to do everything I can and burning myself out, making all sorts of stuff. And obviously, nobody else has mentioned that I finally hung up the YouTube plaque on the wall. What do you think about track evolution? Mohammed asks. I think we will have a lot of track evolution in in qualifying. It'll keep going. Annabelle, what's an F1? It's a formula that's one. Burning yourself out, making good content. We won't burn out. We'll just keep making good content. The absolute madman. He's done it. Yepa didn't say anything yesterday when we were playing Tarkov. Yepa doesn't care. I came here for Tarkov. No Tarkov right now. Dude, real quick. Dominant Monk, thank you for the tier 1 for 2 months. Shez Rogan, thank you so much for the Prime. And ZX Runner, thank you for the Prime, you legends over on the Twitch chat. I appreciate you guys. Liquor of choice. I had a couple glasses of Lefroy Cotigny last night. Adrian Rodriguez, thoughts on the Vegas Grand Prix overall? Seems like a bust overall. 2 out of 10. 1 out of 10 events so far. Janita, good morning, dude. F1 is slang for light one up. Nakamura? No way. Not me being in Vegas. Are you there, buddy? Frostfire is excited to join the stream. Rip Eastern time zone. Yeah. That Ghost and Stuff song in the background. Beth, good morning. How's the Aston Martin visit? We just drove up to their front gate. We just drove up to their gate. It is currently I'll win. It is 8 in the morning. Not too bad. But I was up until about midnight last night watching Braun, and I had a couple glasses of whiskey. Scar, good morning, bro. So, qualifying is happening. Times are lined up. Right, hold on. 5:14. I need to add 10 seconds of delay. Gordon Ramsay, hello. I'm just updating my latency, so timings in my data should be correct. If you check your TV feed, the top right time here, up there, that's the session time right now. So if you've got that, adjust your brake bias. A B-bell offset +1. But Sergio Perez says it's a sinker's good. That's Hugh saying gear sync is good, by the way. One of the things that you have to do is, because these gearboxes basically are engaging one gear and they're engaging the next gear at the exact same time. So you basically have to make sure that you're in drive, full throttle, loading each of the gears so that the gearbox can learn the timing of those gears. And if you don't, the upshifts are terrible. Will drivers do multiple prep laps? I have a funny feeling we might see build, push lap, which means 2 relatively slower laps and then 1 pushing lap. Or at least a single build lap. Let's wait and see. Kevin on 1 prep lap? As in just an out lap, or out and then a prep lap? Oh my god. Did you guys see the graphics at turn 12? Like the Rolex sign that was like digital? It was like way offset. I am Rose says, I need more monitors for multiviewer. I am only using 1. I could use another one. So maybe next season I'll add one. I've got too many monitors already. I like how they put Las Vegas Strip on the track map graphics. It's like, oh, that makes it better. That final corner is rapid. If you guys are just tuning in, welcome to the stream. We are here live watching the Las Vegas Grand Prix. I'm your host, Blake, former F1 engineer. And now I like to watch the races and chat with you guys about what I'm seeing and what I'm thinking during the sessions. And if you guys have questions, try to keep them on topic for the sessions, but I'm just here to chat with you guys and share what I'm thinking. So Perez, 135.3. Leclerc's gone to the top, 4/10 clear. Oofed. Oofed. So in free practice 3, we were doing a 134 flat with Russell. So, yeah. Track still getting there. What's the temperature? The track temperature right now is 17 Celsius, so that's easily in the 60s in Fahrenheit. It's nowhere close to as cold as the forecasts 2 weeks ago were suggesting. Freeze, thank you for the Prime sub, homie. What are we thinking for pole? My thoughts are that we could have a Mercedes, Ferrari, McLaren, or Red Bull on pole. Logie cooked the third sector. Logie purple, sector 3, which is not surprising considering that car has very characteristically been quite low downforce. Janita with the truth bombs here. The one thing I like about the Vegas Grand Prix is that it's near the end of the season. Me too. Thank you, dudes. Blind Monk, good morning, bro. Gesundheit, cheers, bros. I'm a bit sneezy. What are we saying about the onboards from this track? I mean, the onboards are not particularly flattering, and there's not really anything too interesting about this track. Magnussen's currently on a purple sector 1, which means he's set the fastest sector 1 of the session right now. Gunman says, do we have any info about the different setups that the team use? Have they made any fundamental different choices? It's really hard to say. The most obvious difference that we can observe between the teams is if they're faster or slower in a straight line compared to normal. And then with the data, we can look at their performance through the corners. So the first order thing that we can see is fans with the data we have. And if you're interested, if you go to break.com and go to posts, I've put a qualifying post up and I've looked into that data to explain it a bit. That's break.com or buymeacoffee.com/break. That's the most obvious thing. And everything else, you kind of have to read into the context, which requires to understand a lot of it or have watched it a lot, and you can pick out details. And I go into a lot of those in that newsletter. Pseudoephedrine, dude, thank you for the Prime sub, homie. I don't mind that Max has been quite vocal about it. Like, sometimes Max is a little bit, like, pissed off for the sake of, it seems, but I don't think that's true. I think he's just honest. Signs at 34-7. We're just now getting to free practice 3 session times, and we're a couple minutes into the session, so track's got plenty. What do you think we're expecting from times here? I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see low 33s. What did Perez? Oh, Perez. Did Perez block Norris there? Oof. Yeah, I think we could see sub 133. Stop the count for Scuderia. 1-2. Oh, they cock block. Oh, it was Piastri. Are some teams doing 2-lap tire warm-ups? I am struggling because if I want to know that, I have to watch every lap they've done. If Multiviewer had a lap time series chart, I could tell you. Oh my god, Crofty, quit naming landmarks, you joker. Nathan's suggesting a 32.6 could be pole. Oh, you know what, dudes? Hold on. Look what I just added. I completely forgot about the track map. Boom. Unpopular opinion, but this track actually looks sick, and a lot of it has to do with the huge F1 logo in the sphere. Yeah. Spider Pig, doobie doobie. I hate it here. And I hope you hate it here too. Wellness check, you good? No, I'm not. Honestly, it needs to be done here. Duplicate it 5 times to make it different sizes now. And if you're wondering why I'm not like super locked into this session right now, it's because I'm tired. And Q1, we're just waiting to see where everybody's going. We've got the AlphaTauris in the knockout zone. Russell has not put a decent lap on the board. Hulkenberg and Gasly. Gasly. The track looks boring to drive. What is there? Where am I? I don't know. Russell got his lap dropped. Of course he did. But it was only a 36.9, which would put him... Yeah, it would put him nowhere anyway, so... F1 23 is free until the 20th for anyone who wants to try it. I got a free copy when it came out, and I played it twice. I've tried really hard to enjoy that game. I've tried really hard to enjoy it. And I've never had a single ounce of fun playing that game. Sainz's penalty is unfortunate, but yeah, it's unfortunate. That's all I've got to say on it. I like honestly, yeah, for as far as racing games go, immediately when I fired up iRacing, it was enjoyable. The F1 games do absolutely nothing for me. I know a lot of people like them. I can't play them. What do we got? Joe, Ricardo, Hulkenberg, Gasly, Tsunoda. What's up with Gasman? I mean, Alcon's a couple tenths ahead of him, so. Don't ban Nolan. Sargent in P4? Magnussen up? Okay. Go off, Kevin. Okay, go off Hulkenberg. Yeah, the track, like, this is that track ramp up that we talked about. So this is going to be one of those things, and it does reward being out late in the session because the track will be improving all the way through the very, very end of qualifying 3. What are your thoughts of no pitting in this session? It's the reason... I mean, who's There have been a couple different drivers pit, but many drivers, the Ferraris, Red Bulls, Alonso, Hamilton, they're simply out on the tire because you gain more from putting heat into the tire than you lose from the tire losing grip as a result of it being used. So it makes perfect sense that people are out there not pitting and just doing laps on laps on laps. I mean, all the teams can get through the session on 3 tires. The nighttime race in Vegas makes perfect sense because Vegas looks terrible during the day. I think that's basically it. And there's a lot of tracks we run in night as well, just for the vibes. 1 centimeter stroll to the wall. Ugh. Especially without sunglasses, yo, bet. Hey, Max. AlphaTauri are out on new tires right now. They're going to try and get 1 lap in at the end. I mean, with the track ramp up, it could work. Did you do any tire modeling for the teams, or was that other job? I worked on the Pajeka tire model for my last 2 years quite a bit. There's teams have several different tire models, but I worked on the semi-empirical tire model, which was Pajeka based a lot. It's very fun. AWS graphic be like distance to wall 1 centimeter, pants lightly shitted. Russell, another lap time deleted. Good spot there. As a former race engineer, what does it feel like when the track ramps up like this? You just have to be out there. It's like driving in the wet. You have to be on the track at the best track conditions. I mean, so Ricciardo and Tsunoda are up so far in Sector 1. But maybe they felt those tires were cooked, or they flat spotted them. And like I said before the session, we're going to see people having different interpretations of the tires. Piastri in the bin right now. Is he going to get to start a lap? If Piastri can start this lap, he's okay. Yeah. Wait. No, the timer's not out. Piastri could keep going. Or was that a timed lap? I can't tell. It looks like he's not on a push lap, so Piastri done. Yeah, Piastri's not pushing. That was his timed. Yeah, I could hardly tell it was a timed lap because it was shocking. Gasly's safe. Tsunoda's done. He's got a yellow sector 2. Ocon and Zhou on the bubble. Ocon, did he go? No, he didn't go forward. Ricciardo into P14. Stroll's in 19th right now. He's got PBs right now. Final corner for Stroll. Stroll up to P11. Tsunoda's cooked. He's done. Norris and Piastri are out of qualifying. What did McLaren do? McLaren was on 1 set of tires through the whole session. And they were nearly 8 tenths off of Ferrari. Did Perez fuck a proper lap for Piastri or not? So we've lost Norris, Ocon, Zhou, Piastri, and Tsunoda. Tsunoda didn't get his final lap together. Both Ricciardo and Tsunoda tried 1 push at the very end of the session. That does not look like it was the play, or their car was slow. Norris and Piastri knocked Ocon P17, whereas Gasly P6. Look at this. Oh my God. Are we going to have some... What? What was that? I really, I don't, I don't know. Arguably, not a big Alcon fan. I still don't know what happened. I mean, if they're both on a timed lap, if they're both on a timed lap, do your thing. Yeah, it looks like they. I mean, both of those are very strong-headed. Alcon's knocked out, so I don't think I'll see him again. I swear to God, nobody's an Alcon fan. Everybody that worked with him at Force India loved him. Max is definitely not an Alcon fan. No. Yuki, man, that sucks. But like honestly, looking at that, AlphaTauri looked a little bit lost trying 2 tire sets. So let's see who did 2 tire sets. Perez ran through. Perez came into the box, maybe. Did Perez stop for a flap adjustment or something? Because it shows that he ran 3 sets of tires, but it looks like he stopped at the end. Did Perez box and change flap or something? I can't think of anything else. Yuki's pissed. All right, dude, calm down. I'd be pissed too, though, for real. Yeah, I don't mind if the drivers get pissed off. If they're not pissed off, they're not trying. Why is Zhou so far off the other Ferrari engines? Not getting a lap together. So Alfa Romeo did 2 tire sets. Alpine did 2 tire sets. McLaren tried 1. Albon and Sargent. Where's Sargent? Albon did 1 set. Sargent did 2 sets. Yeah, I think there's a big mix between people thinking single tire set to the end versus fast, slow, fast, slow, fast, and then a fast, slow, fast. Ian, Yuki just got knocked out. He didn't get a good lap in. They went to go again for a single time lap at the end of the session and were unsuccessful in making it to Q2. And if you haven't, if you're on YouTube right now, click the thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate that. There's 300 of you in here, and only 57 of you have clicked that thumbs up button. Ian, I've been watching the Braun GP series, and it's amazing. Did I when I went to Rally Ready, did you meet KJ? I don't think I might have, but I don't know if I did or not. That place was so cool, by the way. Oh, that's on YouTube only. The like button is only on YouTube. How is Max not under investigation for that? What was he under investigation for? Istanbul or Las Vegas? Istanbul all day long. I don't know if I can get Joao back on the podcast because he's decided to be an idiot and get a real job again. Joao is trackside aero performance engineer at Haas now. Haas are good at getting their tires up to temperature, not so good at keeping their tires under control during a race. As a very top level, there's so much more detail to that. I think that's a good summary of what the struggle with. Uh, so Zach is saying they're not great at low speed corners. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Basically, there's no medium or high speed corners, and the downforce that they've been adding on their car really only helps. They've still got balance issues in the lower speed corners. So, not the most efficient car in a straight line, not great low speed performance, and then you've got that. I have a funny feeling they were also suboptimal in their tire preparation. If I had to guess. Quality has. What's up, Peter? How you doing, bro? Quality has to change. What are we changing? Can we have 4 sessions? How you doing, brother? Perez was taking a penalty for impeding as possible. Right. The Aston's out first in the order. Ricardo looking like he's making a move on Magnussen before opening the lap. No, he's not. I'm not too worried about that pit exit. Also high. Yeah. Oh yeah, look at these numbers. That's no. So what we do, if anybody's just tuning in, we are all watching the Las Vegas Grand Prix qualifying right now. If you've got F1 TV Pro, we're synced up on multi-viewer, and you can see up in the little corner here, you can see where I'm at in the session, so you can pause your stream and then unpause it so we're lined up. We hang out here and we watch the session, and I talk to you about what I see happening. We talk about what you guys think's happening and ask questions. I'm in an interesting spot that I used to be a performance engineer in F1, so I can hopefully answer some of your questions, and otherwise just enjoy hanging out and watching the session together. So if you're new, welcome. If you're on Twitch or YouTube and you haven't hit the follow or subscribe button, feel free and welcome. Magnussen? Purple? Makumi and Blank, what's going on? Welcome to the stream, man. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck was Max Verstappen? So, what was our fastest lap time in Q3? Are we going to get into the 32s? Yeah, I think high 32s is a thing. Brumford, I think they were a bit faster than that. Yeah, dude, Peter, thank you, man. It's good to have you, bro. It was a 33.6 only? Okay. I stand corrected. Yeah, that traffic. Yeah, but that should be a little bit better this session. But also keep the running in sync a lot as well. Like, look, everybody is from Alonso back to Albon. There's a couple cars parked. Max and Bottas are waiting to go out. Neither Max nor Bottas have gone out yet. Aston doing warm-up laps? Yeah. I mean, the fastest lap in the session so far is a 50.8. It looks like they're pushing now. Hulkenberg went out on a scrubbed tire, so a previously used tire. Alonso's put in a banger, 33.8. Yeah, Brumfund, sorry about that. You're correct, 33.6. So, Alonso at 33.8 and Stroll managed a 35 flat. Oofed. Ferrari on old softs, yeah. It looks like they're going to probably do 1 or 2 laps. Probably. They've got a banker in. Yeah, they're beside his pit now. There's a mini map. It's cute. Boop. That's the pig's butt right there. Boop. Ricardo got through to Q2 by the hair of his chinny chin chin. Go on, Albon. Albon P5. I got to give it a curly tail, maybe. I've got Russell and Max's on boards right now. Verstappen's on an outlap right now. So, looking at the order, Perez just 85 thousandths off of Alonso. Ferrari were on a used tire on their first run, just kind of getting a cider in, checking the grip level at that session start. Now they're going out on new rubber. Ferraris have only used 1 set of tires so far, and they're only on their 2nd set of tires. There's going to be a lot of softs left. In Ricardo's radio, they were giving him tips from Bottas's lap. Let's check. Rick. I didn't see any of that. Daniel's saying he could take another click of front wing, which means he can take more front end in the car. Any anime girl skins? No. No. Unfortunately not. Nope, none. Imagine nobody ran an anime skin. Oh, wait. The AlphaTauri has little Gundams. They should have gone full in on that, honestly. Talbot asks, how does more front wing affect straight line speed? Drag level or top speed is very insensitive to front wing angle. So the front wing will literally just add them more front end, mostly in the high speed corners, a little bit in medium speed, and a small, but not a negligible amount in low speed. Max is gone, purple sector 2. Watching his onboard as he's on the back straight, going down to turn 14 right now. Turning in for 14, apex, moving around a little bit. It's got that throttle pinned. $33.6 to the top. Mercedes currently. I think Ferrari's lap, Leclerc's lap's looking good. Let's go on board with Leclerc. Is Leclerc cooking right now? Leclerc through that 14-15 segment looking quite a bit more lively than Max, but not particularly quick through there. Maybe Leclerc a little bit out of shape. I mean, he's gone to the top because his purple sector 2. What was his sector 3 like? I mean, Verstappen's sector 3 looked kind of calm. Leclerc was definitely a lot more aggressively on the curbs, and he is faster there as well. Max looked like he was taking it easy through 14-15. Right, so 32.8, it's done. We're already in the high 32s. Jesus, bacon ready? I need some bacon right now. I'm at 2 fried eggs and some hash browns and some bacon. Can we see 31s? Honestly, I cannot predict. I really, I think, I mean, let's put it this way. Leclerc is done a 32.8. I have a funny feeling there's no chance that he's in P10 at the end of Q2. Now, Sainz with a 33.3, he could be in trouble. I think Sabo, I think looking at Max's lap, he wasn't using that much curb, so maybe he knows he can't use the curb because the car's super stiff, but the Ferrari is notoriously stiff. The Ferrari is a very stiff car. Ooh, Sergio. Ooh, he's so close. Perez with a 33.8? No. No. I mean, Verstappen, Magnussen's probably clear. Perez cannot run again if he's just pit. That is correct. Yeah, I mean, Stroll's 26.7 Sector 1. I mean, Stroll's Sector 1 is P9. Oh, sorry, he's P8. Is it possible to add a column with interval times? Yeah, I can tweak it later. Let me see. I'll check multiviewer tomorrow. Let me add a note. That's a really good shout. Red Bull's combat, man, it's not. Albon and Sargent could be, I think, quick. What's Stroll looking like? Stroll's Sector 2, only P13. Sector 3, P16. Perez sliding back. He's currently P9. He's currently P10. Albon gas. Yeah, Perez is done. Albon's got purple sectors in Sector 3. Albon's going to go up to P6, 7, 5. Perez is done. Gasly up to P4. I mean, Hamilton out. No. Ricardo done P15, Stroll 14, Hulkenberg 13, Perez 12. So it's you want to be on the track at the very last minute in these sessions, and you also need to make every single opportunity to put a lap in. You need to make sure you're making that count. Max has only done 2 runs. Max did a run in Q1 and a run in Q2 on new softs, and he only did fast, slow, fast in Q2. Maybe he did build like slow, slow, fast, maybe, but I mean, Sargent P9, Albon P6, pretty strong there. Gasly P4, setting that time quite late in the session, impressive. And Bottas making it through over Hamilton. Sabu says Max did slow, fast, slow, slow, fast. Okay, that is what that 5-lap run looks like. Good comms, Sabu. Okay, I got a really interesting but pretty geeky question from Violetters. Does having anti-dive suspension affect the car stiffness, or the dampers and other suspension parts will still dictate the car stiffness? Anti-dive is basically for increasing the stiffness under the braking. You still have to have a certain level of stiffness to support the loads from the aerodynamics and still the load transfer from braking as well. Does it have a big impact on the damping? No, I don't think so. But does it have a meaningful impact on the suspension stiffness setup and the compromises you have to make? Yeah, it will do. I think there's a lot of things to look at that, and without any simulations or recently looking at that, I couldn't tell you. A big chunk of anti-dive will let you change the stiffness a reasonable amount. The MoCAD. So here's how qualifying. If anybody's new to qualifying in Formula 1, this is really important. The format works like this: the first session of qualifying, the bottom 5 are dropped out. So P20 to P15, whoever has the slowest time at the end of that, 12, 15 minutes or whatever, you get dropped. The second qualifying session, you're going to drop positions 15 to 10. So after this session, whoever is the bottom 5 lap times, you get dropped. And that sets your order. So those bottom 10 cars, their order on Sunday is set, pending any penalties or anything else. Q3 is a shootout that sets the starting grid order for the top 10. 15 to 11. Yeah. The bottom 5 in each of the first 2 sessions are dropped. So it's an interesting format, and it basically, in Q1 there's a lot of cars on the track. In Q2 there still can be quite a few cars on the track. And then in Q1, hopefully people are have a little bit of track room to play with, and on a normal weekend that will also be the best track conditions. But at the same time, the track is changing, especially in Vegas. The track is changing so quickly. Checo's confused that we went out. They went out early. Christian looks bummed. It's his 50th birthday yesterday. He looks, oh no. Dude, Adam. 1 second. Adam, thank you for the Prime sub, homie. I appreciate you, bro. Hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, I mean, Hamilton in P11. Let's look at his sectors real quick. Hamilton must have had a duff sector somewhere. Hamilton did not have a good sector 1. Sector 1, Russell P4. Hamilton sector 1, P14. And he is 4/10 off of Russell in sector 1. Sector 1 is basically medium speed corners. Who's Casey Affleck? He said that he couldn't go faster? Did Red Bull mess up? I'll have to look at the data afterwards, but I mean, Max got his lap in early in the session. Checo wasn't on the best track, but they should have had that. I figured that was Ben Affleck's brother, but I don't know. Cousin Talbot, thank you for the Prime sub, homie. All right. Even the Pirelli tire giveaway question isn't about F1, but about Las Vegas geography. Blah. Lando seems not too disappointed in the press pin. Just listening to his interview right now, he's like, Lando doesn't seem too bummed. He's just like, it is what it is. He knows they had a draggy tractor, wasn't too great in the low speeds. Annabelle, that film. I don't want to watch that. I don't need any of that in my life right now. Yeah, Norris is expecting a penalty for Perez for impeding, but he didn't even bring it up. Natalie brought it up. Leclerc on straights, speed trap. I think that might be before DRS is on. I don't know. I know I should be doing a better job of trying to sell this to you guys. But at the same time, I'm just not too hype about it. I'm it's interesting. I feel like we've had a couple of upsets. It'll be interesting to see where Hamilton lost time, and Perez as well. But the McLaren guys knew they were going to be shit this weekend. I like the description of Oscar as being calm but not relaxed. That is pretty good. What do you think of Toto's FP1 rant? Is he actually offended by it, or is it the money talking? Look at what the promoter, how they handled that. Toto has a stake as many of the others do. I think that was money talking. If they had had a manhole cover in their car, I don't think the narrative would have been the same. Yeah, I don't blame him. I'm not saying I blame him. Toto making sure he's got a... Toto doesn't need a job as the FIA boss. Toto is a fucking billionaire already. He just wants more. He's a good businessman. Right. So, out on the track, Magnussen, Gasly, Alonso, Sainz, Leclerc, Verstappen, Sargent, Albon, and then Russell's way back at the back of that train. Do you think Logie Boy's gonna cook? You know what I haven't seen, and I haven't been watching the main feed too much. I mean, there's not like there's that many grandstands around the circuit. I'm not seeing a single human other than a track marshal. There's a couple people standing at the fences. Okay. What are the attendance figures for this event like? I don't think in any of the sessions we've seen Max setting a time at the fastest, and I'm not sure if the Ferraris did either last session, so. Verstappen in clean air by quite a reasonable amount, whereas Russell's on an outlap, so he's going to follow Magnussen. Maybe, did he hold up Gasly a little bit? Nah, maybe not. FP2 attendance was low. 0 possibly. Vance. Sainz 33 flat. Not. He's improved from his time. And Leclerc has also done a 33, so that this is not as fast as Q2 yet even. Pond and Refuge, what's going on, man? Welcome, Reezy. Verstappen P3 with a 33.1. 800ths of a second. They're in there. What a gap. A replay with Alonso? What do we got? A little lockup, maybe? I called it. The only thing worth replaying was the lockup. Well, all the Pond and refugees, I appreciate you guys coming to say hello when Pondon's out in Vegas. Pondon's a great dude. You guys got a good streamer. Top dude, seriously. Two spectators, Rod Stewart and Gordon Ramsay. Yeah, what they cooking? Lachlan, what's up, bro? I think, so... No host Nikki B says Ferrari no tire deck at night. I think it's like we said earlier. The grip on the track is improving with every single pass of a tire over the top of it. And that grip improvement is higher than how much performance the tires lose every lap from being stressed and heated. I think that's the mechanism that's at work. Russell opening a lap. And the car, yeah, and then you've got the fuel effect as well. The cars are burning like 1.8 kilos of fuel per lap, which is like, what, 600s? So did Verstappen just do one and done? He did. Max did out push in. He's in the pits now. He's just being wheeled in. Let's see what... I think my... Max Verstappen, I think my outlap preparation was better, though. I would definitely prefer that. I don't know. I just tried to brake later, so not late enough, I guess. GP, yeah, not a bad lap, that Max. I don't think Charles was particularly happy with his lap, but we can go again. Anything we can do to help you at turn 14 entry. I've read those messages backwards. Max is just saying, I'm fine for turn 14. Let me have another go. So look for Max pushing the braking point in turn 14. Let's see what Leclerc's saying. Russell's on a good lap for P5. Not a great lap, but 33.5. Half a second off of the front. So, Leclerc's engineer says, and Charles, we'd like to know if you want to do a prep and a push or just a single push question. Any preference? Single push, I think we can go earlier and have better prep in the car. Let me think about it, and I'll come back to you in the garage. So, it's not clear. It's not clear what the tire prep strategy is right now. Johan asks, what does the tire mean with the line through it? The tire on the graphics here with the line through it, that means the tire has been previously used. Why are Red Bull only doing pump and dumps? They are confident that that is the best way to get the best performance out. Max waited late. Yeah, he's a little bit behind. Sainz is Sainz trying a build lap? Sainz is going slow fast. Starcrafty, what's up, dude? The minimum lap time, Alwyn, is to prevent people from parking on the straights. Second build. Oh, outlap and then a build. Oh. I just reset my radio transcriptions. Yeah, John Boyega is in. I just looked him up, and I knew he was in this new Star Wars films. He's the Stormtrooper dude, and a bunch of other stuff that I don't watch movies lately. So, oops. Sainz a slow sector one again. Okay, Sainz is now pushing. Verstappen's laps not looking flash, not a personal best sector one. Leclerc's got a purple sector two. Max bottled it, looks like. Yeah. Max is cooked. Nothing good here. He's keeping out, but they're not able to use any of the curbs at all, the Red Bull. Don't expect Max to improve. Possibly he could be overtaken. I'm just watching the onboards. Leclerc 32.7. Blah. Yeah. Yeah. Brundle said it. Verstappen is P nowhere. Alonso and Russell are improving. Sargent's improving. Bottas improving. Sainz P2, Verstappen P3, a Ferrari front row, y'all. Sargent. Oh my god. Oh my god. Where's Alex at? Alex has done him. Oh my god. Sound the Eagles. Gasly P5? Where's Ocon? Oh yeah, he's out. Shitter. Sainz has a penalty, fine. So Verstappen will start front row. Ooh. Ferrari front row, though. Sargent P7, Albon P6, Gasly P5. Russell's gotten P4. Alonso P10. Alonso got done by Magnussen? Wow. What do you guys think? Yes, Pijuan? What do you guys think? Sainz is not happy with P2. 44 thousandths of a second. Another Charles Pole Max win? Probably. Surprised by Hamilton? Yeah. So if you guys want to know a little bit more about like watching the session, even I'm not sure exactly what happened, but if you want to know a bit more about what happened, I will publish the qualifying report later. Go to break.com and at least subscribe. You don't have to become a member. Members get access to every qualifying and race report. I will definitely put some snippets of the qualifying report over to on Twitter as well. But the buy me a coffee, if you go to break.com, that's where all the good shit is. I will be publishing the qualifying analysis there for members, but I will definitely put some snippets on the Twitter so you can see. But also there's lots of free reports, so you should consider becoming just a subscriber. You just make a buy me a coffee account, and every time I send something out that goes to everybody, even if you're not members, it goes to you, and members get access to even more. And it's basically, if you like data and understanding a little bit more deeply what's going on in these sessions, it's for you. But as that's the end of qualifying, don't forget I will be live probably 30 minutes before the race. We'll talk a little bit about what happened in qualifying. I'm sure there'll be some news overnight. So, yeah. What are you guys thinking? I think relatively underwhelmed this qualifying. Let's see what Max has to say first. Max Verstappen, hey man. Max pretty chilled out. He doesn't seem worried in the slightest. Max not too worried. What's the excuse for Perez tonight? He didn't get a fast enough lap at the time. I think they could have gone a little bit later, which would have been a help, but he was quite, not close. Let's do this. I am exhausted. I might go take a little snooze and go make some breakfast. if you're on Twitch, hang tight. I'm going to send you over to a friend. If you're on YouTube, I will see you guys tomorrow for the race. Twitch as well. I'll see you guys for the race. And if you want, be sure to, if you guys would want to keep in touch when we're not streaming, there's a link for the Discord in the comments or in description on YouTube. On Twitch, it's on a panel. So, yeah, get involved. Grind some fresh coffee on it. I don't have the new grinder yet. I bought a Niche Zero, but I don't have it yet. So, unlucky. I'm going to send you guys over to Train. She is a Escape from Tarkov streamer. She's really dope. You guys, if you're on Twitch, should drop her a follow. And then for everybody else, I'll see you guys tomorrow, right? You guys stay out of trouble. Have a good night. If you're on Twitch, go show Train some love. Say hello. And appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out during this stream. And I'll see you in the Discord, all right? And I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out, homies.